That's right, Lizzie. When old Doc Forsythe arrived at Pastor Thompson's house, why, it looked like a tornado had struck. The pastor was half dead, his leg was busted in 2 places, and Grandpa Billy's grandson was down on his knees a-praying. What do you make of it?
I don't rightly know, Tilly. Do you suppose that pastor wrestled Bobby down to the floor and made him pray?
Could be, but if that's what happened, Pastor Thompson's lucky to come out of it with just a broken leg.
Maybe breaking his leg was part of some wild-eyed religious ritual that the pastor performed on Bobby.
Sounds awful suspicious to me. I bet you 10 to 1 they were practicing some kind of Bulgarian voodoo.
I don't know what they was doing, but I know one thing. Bobby ain't the same boy. His mother told me he's practically turned into an angel overnight at home. He obeys his folks most all the time, and even tries to be kind to that bratty sister of his.
Well, my nephew told me that Bobby's been peddling his religion at school, trying to get all his friends saved, as he calls it. I don't like it.
I wonder if that preacher's wife has anything to do with all these strange goings-on. I told you she was too pretty for her own good. I do know one thing. Grandpa Billy isn't going to sit idly by while some renegade preacher tears his town apart. He's got plans.
Have you been eavesdropping again, Lizzie?
Yo. And yesterday afternoon, I overheard Grandpa Billy telling his domino partner that if this heretic preacher didn't settle down, he was going to boot him plumb out of the state.
Is that so?
Yup. Some of Grandpa Billy's words weren't all that religious, neither.
Really? What were they?
Well, of course, I wouldn't normally repeat such language.
Oh, don't worry, Lizzie. I won't tell a soul. I ain't never been one to gossip, nohow.
Well, all right. You won't believe what he said. I even wrote it down so I wouldn't forget nary a word.
As Christmas approached, there was a strange sense of division taking place at the Forest Grove Church. Bobby had led several of his friends to Christ, and many of the other school kids were coming home asking their parents what it meant to be born over, as Bobby called it. Also, rumor had it that old Doc Forsythe had gotten saved at Pastor Thompson's house after church one Sunday night. Some of his patients said that Doc claimed to be working for a new boss, someone Doc called the Great Physician. The result was a new boldness in Pastor Thompson's preaching.
The Bible tells us that all of our righteousness is nothing but filthy rags in his sight. And because of our sin, we are not able to enter into the presence of God. But there is one who is worthy, and that's the heart of the Christmas story. God sent his little lamb to that manger in Bethlehem to shed his blood for all mankind. No, we're not worthy, but we can be made worthy by putting our trust in the Lamb of God, because worthy is the Lamb.